All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hero Talk. Hero Talk is my little talk show where I interview VTubers for who they are and what they represent for themselves in the virtual world and everything. So it's basically a little interview program that I do so that we can all get to know our VTubers better for what they what they can accomplish in the virtual world for you, me, and our enjoyment and friendship. So today, who we have here is gonna be Harune, who is well known as a virtual personal assistant to everyone. She's really a sweet girl, sweet lady, and she's a really awesome person. So, everybody, say hello to Harune. Hi, Harune, you are now on. Oh wait, I can't hear you. What? Okay, there you go.
Oh, can you
Sorry.
hear me
Yeah,
now? Hi,
yeah, I can hear you
hi.
now. Hey Elijah Brown, welcome, and hey
Thank
Mickey,
you for
thanks for the
monitoring
host,
our
and
fair
thanks for
city
monitoring
of
Virtuotopia with me.
Virtuotopia.
Hey, glad bro. So Harane, introduce yourself. Tell people who you are and what you do.
I am. So, if you don't know me, my name is Harune. I am a virtual personal assistant in training. Um, I was initially created to be sort of your helper in the virtual world. In a world filled with technology, apps. We have like so many different ways to stay connected with everybody. We've got cell phones, laptops, desktops, computers, tablets, all of those sort of things. I was created with the intention of bringing that all together and then hopefully making it easier to stay connected with your daily things. So that is why I am here today.
So that is cool. That is cool to know. That I thought this was a beach episode kind of talk. Yes, there is a little bit of a beach episode for Harune, but that's more, on her side. So if you want to catch more beach episode Harune, please catch her streams and catch her content.
That's right. This is Professional Harune Day. We have to be business professional.
So, what does a virtual personal assistant do?
Well, I wasn't really filled in on all the tasks that I was meant to complete. I know, for example, like, you all have an equivalent, I think. All of you people out there outside of the virtual world, something like Siri, I think her
I
name is.
see, I see. Yeah.
But yes, so hopefully I would be a little bit more helpful than Siri, but I would perform similar tasks. So like if you were to tell me, hey Harune, set my calendar or put a note on my calendar for this day, this time, this event, I could do that for you. Or if you say, Harune, set my alarm for tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., I could do that for you. So those were my tasks. But however, we are currently in what development we're stalled in development. So I'm right now free to do whatever I want. So I'm learning more and more about the humans and what it means to be human, having emotions and having reactions and things like that. And so that's why I play the games that I play and do the things that I do.
That's interesting. So basically, you are to be like sort of like a digital clock, but more smarter, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Hopefully do more than just tell time.
because I feel like you have a certain a degree of level of artificial intelligence that's higher than most what I see from what we have what the humans have currently in the physical realm.
Now there are some things so like I would like to think at least I'm a little bit more musically inclined than Siri.
Yeah,
And also
definitely.
maybe a little more
Definitely.
inclined in Japanese than
Yeah.
Siri.
Though there is a Japanese version of Siri as well.
Eh?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
That actually
Dinamakata, I had no idea.
that actually speaks in Japanese, but that's like but still it's about the same artificial intelligence as English Siri. And there's like the Japanese Siri can't speak English, while the English Siri can't speak Japanese. That kind of thing.
ああ、そうですね。Well, you would get both versions of the same Harune. So I'd be able to do both,
Exactly.
ideally.
So
Or at least a little bit.
Harune is already better in so many aspects thanks to that.
I hope so. I
As-
hope so. By
as-
the end of development.
Yeah, as King Draco said, we have they have Siri, who's not as cool as Harune.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I hope I'm cool. I feel like I can be lame, but I'm learning.
Yeah,
I'm learning.
learning is always good. Knowledge is power. So, I have a little bit of a follow-up question to that. Right? Is there a specific person you're a PA for, or is it just in general for everyone?
You know, I don't know if I know that. I know what I was created for, and I know what my intentions were, but if I'm supposed to represent someone in particular, I'm not really sure. I know who I answer to. I answer to the fox above. Ooh yeah yeah. But other than that, I don't really think I'm, like I'm not sponsored by a big company or anything like that.
So,
Thankfully, I'm just me. I have a little more freedom.
But okay, the fox above. So that means that generally you are a program that can be everywhere at once for everyone.
Or at least on your mostly mobile. So like mostly on your phone.
Yep.
I think was the
So-
overarching intention.
So is there someone behind the programming? Is there someone that actually made the programming behind Harune?
Yes, there's actually multiple people. We do have a small team that helped to create me, and Uyaya is one of them. But there are others that work a little bit more behind the scenes. As far as I
see.
know.
That's
So-
cool. That's cool. So basically, these programmers are. What is the intent of them to do your programming in the first place? Anyway, as a virtual personal assistant, is it like a curiosity over advancement of technology, or is it maybe as a superhero? I have to ask this, something more sinister.
Well, you won't have to worry about any sort of nefarious plans here. I think it was wholly just it as far as I know, it's a passion project that whose aim is to improve daily life or daily tasks. Right, so things
it's
like
actually very noble.
setting the alarm. Right, yes. The intention at least is noble, right? My intentions at least are noble.
It sounds noble.
So you don't have
I
to
accept it.
worry.
That's good to know. Then I will do my best to protect this nobility as much as possible.
Yes, I am in your care, Asu.
Yeah. Most of virtual world is in my care right now.
True.
Because you don't see much superheroes in the virtual world these days.
True. That's right. You need an assistant.
I do have. Sometimes Kyrie becomes my sidekick.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that. She's like a justice vigilante.
Yep. No, she's more
okay.
based in chaos, so she's like chaotic justice.
Chaotic justice. True. Chaotic good? Chaotic. How does that work?
Yeah, something like that. Somewhere around that line, I guess. So, what platform? Sorry, I'm just not reading this correctly right now. What platform are you based for? Like, is there a
Thank
certain
you,
platform
citizen.
that was you were made for? And sorry. Before that, I'm gonna just address the chat. Blade Morales Ven, thanks for the follow and thanks for becoming a citizen. Also, keep your questions at hand. In the last 10 to 15 minutes of the interview, we will be asking audience questions. Sorry about that. So anyway. So what platform are you based for? Like, is there a certain platform your programmer is aiming for to put you on?
Do you mean like how to reach out to everybody, or do you mean like
Mm-hmm.
how people where people can see me most, like when I'm using my core functions?
Yes, pretty much. Yes.
Um, Ideally, they wanted to be compatible among all devices, so
Mm-hmm.
Android and Apple,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and anything beyond. As much as I understand, that was the um, initial intent. Like I said, production has sort of been stalled because I think there's been a little roadblock. So
Ah.
whether that changes anything in terms of platform, or in terms of where you can see me doing what I'm supposed to be doing, that has yet to be determined.
Interesting. So basically,
Mm.
the platform so far is concentrated on mobile platform, but at the same
Mm.
time, you mostly appear in a browser based media, right?
For right now, yes, to
Mm-hmm.
get all your attentions
So with that,
and to have fun.
people can actually just like follow you over in your Twitch stream. Sorry, I totally
Oh, that's okay.
spelled that wrongly.
I do that all the time. I switch my letters all the time. See, I'm even as a virtual personal assistant, I'm a terrible secretary.
Right. So yeah, people can follow you on your Twitch and also your YouTube have some video content as well. Am I correct?
Hmm. Yes, because I just wanted to sort of share that I can be found on multiple platforms, that you can reach out and you can connect with me, and I can learn from you on multiple platforms. So
Mm-hmm.
I have a Twitch, I have a Twitter, I have a YouTube, I also have a Facebook. We don't talk about that.
We don't talk
um
about.
no, we don't talk about Facebook. um but yeah, so I do create, or I do different things um on YouTube than I
Mm-hmm.
do on Twitch, or the things that you will see me sort of post about on Twitter. So like for example, I have one song cover. I have several ASMR storybook readings, and I have a sort of crash course in piano
Mm-hmm.
basics.
That's
Part
really
one,
cool.
part two is already written up and sort of on the way, but with recent world events, it's been difficult
Yes,
to try
I
and get that
totally
sorted.
understand. Totally understand.
Mm,
Even us in the virtual world is affected by such uh,
that's
dark
right.
times in the
Very true.
physical realm.
That's right. With all of your increased data usage, it's making things complicated to finish. You guys gotta tone it down a little bit. You guys gotta relax.
I mean,
Stare at
watch
some clouds or something.
yeah, watch as much as you want, but at the same time, don't forget to go out. Have a take some air, see the sun.
True. Breathe the air I can't.
Yep. We can, because we're both virtual.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah, on your YouTube, right? You've done some ASMR videos, I
Yes, I
believe.
have.
Hmm. So, uh, how do you get in touch with that side of yourself to make that ASMR work for
That's that's actually, oh, 少し恥ずかしいね.
恥ずかしい?
I at first did not want to do ASMR at all.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really know anything about it. I didn't really see the appeal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I like to read.
Ah, I see.
It's part of my learning, and I love reading fairy tales because that's a very old part of human culture,
Yep.
right? Our
Very true.
stories that are
Very
told
true.
over the ages. Um,
And a lot of them
so
are morality based as well, which is
yes,
good for learning. How to understand humans that either do bad things, get bad things happen to them, and good things for the sake of being good.
yes, very, very true. That's right. I learn more about humans sometimes through fairy tales, than I do through, news articles or YouTube videos.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't recommend
um,
learning humans from YouTube videos.
I've come to understand that they're a very special breed
Yes,
of humans.
and I do not recommend going to the special breed, special person who is named Jake Paul. No, forget that one.
Oh yeah. 聞いたことがある.
Kita
I
ko
don't like
to-
I don't like this person. he's,
Yeah,
he's not my favorite.
exactly. He's not anyone's favorite, really.
Mm. Well, good. I'm glad. But
Mhm.
yes, so to get in touch with the ASMR storybook reading Harune, basically, I have to just 本当に恥ずかしいよ. I need to I need to channel sort of a お姉さん お姉さんの
Ah,
感じ.
I see, I
I
see, I
need to
see.
think. Yes, I need to think that I'm putting a small child to sleep, right? Which I believe would be a function maybe that I would be wanted for, right? Maybe I would help a
Possibly,
parent
quite
put their
possibly.
child to sleep.
I mean, it'd be easier for the like working parents who's really busy, right?
So
With
I
an
learned
app,
sometimes. Oh, yes, yeah.
no.
どうぞ.
And I'm basically like with an app that can or virtual personal assistant who can help out in the emotions of putting of childcare like that. It's pretty a good thing. It's a very very good thing. So that's I feel like you have nothing to be ashamed about because your programming is pretty on point with a lot of your ASMR videos.
Oh, よかった. Like I
Mhm.
said, I never really had watched ASMR before. I didn't really know what the appeal was,
Thank
or
you
like,
for monitoring our fair
you know,
city
what
of
would
Virtualtopia.
what would people want to hear,
Yeah.
especially from a storybook reading. So I just kind of gave it my all and hoped for the best, and whatever happened happened. But I guess people like it.
Yeah,
I know
people
it's not
do.
everybody's thing, so that's okay, because it's not
No.
my thing either. But
Well, from what I know, if the ASMR video is online, it's up to the people's choice to get to it. And if you don't like ASMR, then I gotta say that why are you clicking the video then?
true. Very true.
I mean, don't complain about ASMR videos
Thank
when you
for
have the choice of
monitoring
actually
our
clicking on
fair
it in the
city
first place.
of Virtualtopia.
Well, no, that's right. You made that choice.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't point your finger at me.
Exactly. So yeah, one thing is that I gotta say this is my own personal thing. I have listened to several ASMR videos, but that feeling that I've heard people say about getting the tingles at the back of your head when they hear ASMR video. I don't get that. I don't really
Yeah.
get that effect on myself. So ASMR videos don't really work on me. But sometimes for support, I do try out to see like some ASMR videos of my friends, like Harune and Suiren, and a certain
Oh.
demon lord that has passed away.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she left us.
She used to
But
be a
that
big ASMR buff, I guess. No, maker, ASMR maker.
that's true. Yes, she did love her ASMR.
Mm-hmm.
And I had tuned into a couple of her streams,
Mm-hmm.
her ASMR streams, and I thought that was amazing. I thought, like, how can you go the whole time
I mean,
like just talking like that?
right? I mean, she can do it for one whole hour.
すげえな.
It's quite amazing. And
I think so.
I don't do ASMR, Meki. I meme ASMR, but I don't do proper ASMR. I don't think I'll ever do that.
Try it. Try it.
No.
I think everyone would love some justice
I mean,
ASMR.
you've heard my ASMR that turned into a rooftop relieving of self. And it's not really a rooftop relieving of self. It's just it turns out that way by mistake. You're doing this to you. I did make a joke. I know, Meki. I know, but people know me for that anyway. So I takes you on a crime fighting spree ASMR. I actually was trying to do that, US Kittle. It came out differently. we don't talk about it much in my channel. So,
Okay, so we all still love you.
thank you very much. So, back to my questions, right? Game playing is part of the programming for yourself, right? Or is it something that
Actually,
you pick up?
it's something that I picked up. It was, I mean, if you've seen me play games, you know it was not part of my programming. I struggle probably more than any other AI or probably any human has ever struggled. I'm very bad at games and I know it. But I just think, any like with any challenge, it's just a learning opportunity, and if I don't get it right the first time, well then I'll just keep trying until I do. And I think that's a huge part of being an assistant.
Exactly.
So I
It's
think it's
also
all
yeah,
learning as well.
yep. It's also a big part. Yeah, as you say, it's a big part of learning. If you don't learn from failures, you don't really learn generally, mostly. I mean, not true. You can always just learn from books and all that, but you know what I mean.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
But you've been picking up a lot of. I've seen some of your game playing. You've been pretty good. You do decent. You do decently. Like, I pretty much like have been playing games since my childhood, and I have not even get anywhere close to being a decent player most of the time.
Oh. What? Oh,
Oh, wait, sorry. There's a request for me to say something. Harune is a
yes.
programmer with zero death. Exactly.
Everything's on the first try according to my
Yeah.
chat, but it's not true. It's not true.
I don't know. Your Ori game playing was pretty much like no death to me when I saw it. Like
Oh
no
my
deaths.
gosh. Ori made me want to cry. Oh my
Are you-
gosh.
are
I
you
got
planning to
stuck in
get-
the same boat.
Yeah, are you
Yeah.
planning to get a sequel?
Yes.
Nice.
I think I might actually already have it. I think it was gifted to me shortly after I completed the first one.
Nice,
So-
very nice.
I will have to pick that up again.
Hmm,
But I wanted to give it a little bit of space.
Yep,
So I wanted to
understandable.
play a couple of different games in between.
Yep.
So
Oh yeah, I noticed that you actually keep to like playing a certain games in a row, instead of like interspersing it with like different games in betweens and all that most of the time. Like you would play Valhalla until like you do like about 3 days a week or something like that, right? And then
yeah, that's played Valhalla a lot.
and then you will play that, and then until you get a certain point, then you play something else, but then you go back to Valhalla and then you finish it. You tend to do that quite a lot, right?
I do. I like the idea of playing until completion. But that's because most of the games that I choose to play have a very focused around story, focused around a certain plot line. So I feel like it's kind of doing it a disservice if I don't finish it, no matter
Understandable.
how long it takes me. So yeah, I'll stick to it.
Which is really
Hopefully
good
you'll like.
because
Come
no, it's actually good. It's actually better that way because then you would clear a game. Like me, I tend to like play several games in a week instead of making like a series of games in that one week, right? So because of that, there's a lot of games that I never really finish, or close to finishing, I guess, a lot of them, but it's still taking too long of a time for me to get to it. A bit too much variety, I'd say. I think your way is a much better, but a better what do you call that? Better method.
Approach?
Yes, approach. Yes, your way is a better approach because
Thank you.
it's so much more like you get concentrate on one thing, then you can finish it. I need to do more something like that more. So
But I love diversity in your streams though. Like when I see that you go live, it's always sort of like, oh well, what's Asu gonna do today? And I love when you do art too.
Yeah.
I love that people are able to sort of sprinkle in games and art. I don't I'm not artistic in that way. My programming did not allow me to be a visual artist capable. So
Thank you.
all I can do
citizen.
is games and talk, and
Aw,
occasionally
thank-
sing badly.
No, you don't sing badly. Anyway, thank you very much for that. But I think that within your programming, I'm pretty sure, if with the right tutoring, maybe teaching, you can probably handle a little bit of art making yourself as well. Because I
Think
believe,
so?
yeah, I believe everyone can make art. And
Well, that would be
all-
great if I could be artistically capable. That would just
All
be
they
another
need-
check mark off my programming.
Yep, that'll be great. So about the phone app. So since it's been, you said that it was stalled pretty much, right?
Yes.
So is there any like plans of the programmers picking it back up anytime soon?
I know it's, and because of Corona, right? Because what's happened out in the real world, it has made picking things back up difficult. The bump in the road that the programmers have run into actually occurred before Corona.
Ah, I see.
So as to the steps that needs to be taken to sort of get over that hump, we'll just have to see. It's been, since quarantine, it's been difficult to sort of stay on top of all of that. But I hope to be sort of debriefed on that as the world opens back up.
Well, I gotta say that I hope they don't get picked up. The phone app programming doesn't get picked up anytime soon, because you be having this freedom to do what you want is pretty much like helping us in the VTubing community, getting to know you better, and having a lot more fun hanging out with you.
Thank you. I'd like to continue this for sure. Whatever happens with the phone app, I think I would like to stay with you all as long as I possibly can.
Exactly. We all wish the same for you as well, Harune.
Oh, thank you so much. You guys are great.
Yeah. I believe chat will also like agree with me on this one. So, about your singing no, sorry, not your singing, not that yet. About your game playing, back to your game playing thing, right?
Hi.
I want to know, like, okay, since you picked up game playing, what does your programmer say about that? Anyway, yeah.
They say things like Harune, get good. Pretty much it.
Interesting.
Harune, you're making me cringe. Get good. Why are you stuck? That's usually how it goes.
Interesting, very interesting. Also, thank you, Mekirin. So now, so at least they don't have any problem with you picking up game playing, right? They're still okay with you playing games.
Yeah, for sure. They almost encourage that I play different kinds of games.
Oh.
But and I think, it's to encourage my learning, of course, but if there's one emotion that I've picked up the most from my time learning from the other AIs and from humans, it's a little bit of a self-awareness and an embarrassment. So I know that I'm not good at like first-person shooters or MMO games where teammates have to rely on me to fulfill a certain role. I would much rather play a game that focuses on a storyline that's not, too gameplay focused. It's more about the story. So my programs are always like, why don't you play such and such game or this such and such game? I'm like, no, how about play this game instead? And the response is usually, Harune, you're making me cringe. But that's okay.
Okay.
That's okay. We're still on good terms.
That's good
At
to
the
know.
end of the
That's
day.
good to know.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's like it's better you play games that you're comfortable with rather than trying out new things and then not having fun at all. Like what?
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, what you like, that's what you should aim for. So,
I would very much like that.
so about your singing programming, back to that now. I mean, like I've mentioned to you before, you made one of the my favorite covers online from the song from the Cat Returns. That's like a really good cover, and I really really enjoyed that. Is there any more plans for future, covers or singing in for Harune in the future?
Yes, actually, there is now. I wasn't sure how well my first cover was going to be received, and so I was like, ugh, I don't know if I should continue it, and also because I was doing a couple of karaoke streams here and there, and so I thought maybe it would be better, on stream instead of through
Thank you,
YouTube
citizen.
form. But I'm beginning to realize, because I used to have a redeem on my channel that was, for so ever many channel points or for however many crunches,
Yep.
you could redeem,
Thank you for
me to
monitoring
sing a
our
song.
fair city,
Um,
Virtualtopia.
and viewers were requesting songs that I had never heard before. So I was like, can you give me some time? I'll learn the song, and I'll either sing it next stream, or I will make a recording of it. So one of the ones that was requested. So at first, I did a recording because there was a karaoke version, and I just thought that would be easier. But then a viewer requested the TKG rap, the TKG no uta.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes, and I needed that. Took me a month to learn, and it had a couple words in there that I wasn't sure I was gonna be allowed to say without getting canceled. So I recorded it. Oh wait, no, I didn't record it. I did it on stream, but I omitted the words. And then a viewer was very, very kind, and they actually took that karaoke stream and they broke it down into each individual song, and they just sort of posted all of the audio files in my Discord. And that seemed to be really well, received. So I definitely would like to do more covers in the future for YouTube specifically. I think, I'm enjoying singing a little bit more. I'm not as shy. I still get nervous, but I'm not as shy.
It's okay.
I just think it's fun.
I mean, you have a really good singing voice, so I actually enjoy your singing voice. So I think that if you do more singing streams and or videos, I would totally welcome it.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind. I'll sing. I'll look for songs that you might like, Asu.
Thank you very much. And so since singing was like in plans for like you to do covers and all that, is there any plans for original songs from Harune?
Oh, I don't think that's something I've ever thought of. Because even though my functions, I mean, even though I'm musically inclined,
Yep.
or musically trained, I have some programming in music. It's not in composing.
Yep.
It's just in performing.
I
So
see.
I've never thought to write a song, let alone to know if a song would be any good. However, if someone were to write a song, and because it does happen, actually, I've heard of humans doing this, where they will either hire someone to write a song for them to perform, or a composer will write a song with the performer in mind. So they will say, like, this piece is dedicated to so and so. Would you perform this?
Yep.
Right. So
I've
if
seen
that
that
ever
happen.
happened, yeah. If that ever happened, I mean, it would be silly of me to say no. I'd feel really honored. But as for an original song written and created by the Harune herself, I think that's I make up songs when I'm nervous. I stress sing when I'm playing certain games. So that's about as close to an original Harune song as anyone's probably going to get.
So I believe that if your fans or chat will compile those from your streams, they probably can get a whole album out.
True. Just a nonsensical, just drivel of songs.
Might be more entertaining than you think. Who knows?
Well, that would be the best case scenario.
Yeah, if radio was still a big thing, probably like one of those America's Top 40s or something.
Generous, Asu. Very, very generous.
So yeah, with the singing thing, right? Original songs and all that. What about collabs, like with other singers, VTuber singers, like say Swiren, who does some singing, and there's also someone like Yui, and I mean you've interviewed a lot of the musically inclined VTubers. So what about collabs in terms of
Yes.
making singings, like actual songs with them? Is there any plans for that, or would you like to have that to be in the plan?
I would definitely like that to be a thing. I would love to see that circulating. A while ago, I think last year, there was an international VTuber singing collab of "We Are the World."
Yes, I remember that.
Yes, which I think you can still find on YouTube.
It was
If you just
Yep, it's still on
Yes.
YouTube, and it was a time when I was still alive in the physical realm.
that was pre-Ace. That's now I feel old. I feel old.
I was still just watching VTubers at that time in the physical realm, still being alive, and then
Yes.
before I died and got isekai to the virtual world.
Yeah. So can would you mind if I asked a question about that?
Yeah, sure.
Were you familiar with it being in the works, or were you aware of its release
I
when
actually
you pre-isekai?
I was actually aware of its I wasn't actually aware of its release before it was released. Like I didn't know it was in the works until the video was released. Then
And then
I
you
was
saw
like,
it and you were like, oh.
yeah, I was like, wow, this is really cool. And I was like, darn, I'm a little too late.
Darn it. But at least you were still alive.
Yep. But then again, knowing my me and my not as
Amazing
musically
singing?
inclined, no, not as musically inclined self. I was like, maybe it's better if they don't have me there as well.
I would have loved to have you, for sure, for sure. Anyone was able to join.
Yep.
It was very much an open invitation.
Yep, I do. I did notice that as well, and really, thank you very much. I mean, you
no,
guys
of
did a very good job. I enjoyed the video, and it's, "We Are the World" generally is like a song that brings tears to my eyes sometimes because I grew up with it when I was a child and all that. So when I saw that with the English VTuber community, I was like, oh, this is so cool and so sweet. This is really well done.
Aww. That's great to hear from someone who, just saw it post-release.
Yep.
Right? And just to, have that reaction, that's wonderful. But, I realized I didn't really answer your question. There is a singing collab in the works.
Oh.
I don't know how much of it I can share, so I'll just leave it at that. So there is that, and then there is another one that I've like spitballed around with Nemurenai Kai because there's a song that we both like.
Nice.
So and this was before the whole Twitch song freakout copyright thing.
Yep.
So it'll probably be something that we'll have to figure out how to record and like sync up and things like that. But I mean that one's just for giggles. But this other one that's sort of in the works. I'm not sure how seriously it will be. But yeah, that is also a thing that I'm really looking forward to because, since We Are the World, I haven't really done any singing collab stuff of that kind of caliber. So I'm excited.
Yep. I mean, it sounds like it's gonna be really fun.
Yeah, I can't wait.
So just so you know, because you said you feel old, the chat is now calling you Obarune.
Oi! Yamero! I'm old, but I'm not that old.
In fact, your collab partner just said Obaba-sama.
Oi. Collab's canceled.
Collab's canceled.
Jodan, 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 it's okay. I still want to sing. I want to sing.
That is, well, I guess we opened up a little bit of a can of worms because Makirin said he's drawing that.
You are my mod, Alex. What do you mean?
So,
Goodness gracious.
so yeah, I just want to ask for what is the future for Harune other than what we've discussed? Like anything else planned out in the future? Anything big? Any projects?
Honestly,
Any projects that
not-
Harune project is entitled for?
I think, I mean, one of the big things that I'd like to start doing as soon as I can, if possible, is to start making more content for YouTube. I know that doesn't sound like a very, very big project, but
Oh, trust me, in this community, it's a big project.
it is. It is, because it's just so much easier to stream when you can just go.
Yeah, exactly.
When you don't have to edit anything, you don't have to, pre-record anything. Everything's very raw. It's very real. But for YouTube, like I said, you have to pre-record things. You have
Yep.
to edit. You have to,
Yeah.
do all these other things. So for sure, I would very much like to do part 2 of the crash course in piano sort of learning series. And that's really the only big thing so far. I don't really plan that much ahead, just because I want to have fun with what I'm doing, and I feel like making like huge significant plans oftentimes just makes me anxious. That's another human trait I've picked up, is anxiety. I feel like many of us get anxious, and I've caught the anxious bug sometimes.
It's actually much more sweet that you actually catch these human flaws as well. It makes you more relatable to your fans. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's wonderful. I think that's a big part of being a helper, is being able to be sympathetic and empathetic. And
Exactly.
I try my best in that. For
I
sure.
mean, for one thing, I'm flawless, so it's hard for them to relate to me. So, superhero. Too perfect.
True. Crew's in chat for a perfect justice.
So I want to thank you for that's about all that I have on my talking point for you. But I just a new one just came up that I was just thought of, right? The piano thing, the piano,
Right.
the piano.
Yes.
It is pretty much programmed into you, or did you pick it up and start adapting to it?
It was a long time running program. It is a program that was built within me from the start, but they left a little bit of room for growth, right?
Nice,
Because
nice.
once again, as a personal assistant, right?
Mm-hmm.
With my whole goal is just being able to learn and to make mistakes and to learn from those mistakes and to help let that help me connect with others. They programmed me with a certain level of aptitude, and then from there was like, you may learn if you choose.
I see.
So I am, especially now that I've spent a lot of time in the virtual world with all of you, I know what my flaws are in
I
that
see.
field. So now it's just a matter of me, putting my nose to the grindstone and working out those flaws and being the best musically that I can be as well. And I think music is very important. It's another part of humanity.
It does make people more happier or sadder. It depends on the
That's
music.
right. Yeah, that's another thing that I learned for sure, is that music doesn't always have to be beautiful. So you can have very gross sounding music, but the intent or the purpose of its creation could have been, very meaningful. So that's just part of it.
And sadly, there are some beautiful music where the intent or the creation of it is not for meaningful things as well. But
That's true. There is elevator music.
exactly. But generally, music is, it strikes an emotion to people. And I believe that you are one of those musicians who can do that as well with your piano playing and also singing. As I said before, I really, really like your rendition of the song from The Cat Returns, which I never remember what the title is, but that song.
はい、風になる.
Kaze ni naru, exactly.
Yeah, I love that song. It was either that one when I was deciding which song to cover. I actually originally wanted to do Country Roads from Whisper of the Heart.
Yep.
So it was
Yep.
going to be the Japanese version.
Yep. Which, by the way, you did several times in certain VR chat settings that you go into those virtual worlds to meet your friends.
That's right. I have sung it sort of a cappella.
Yep.
But that was the problem actually. Is the karaoke version that I found was in too high of a key, and I was like, oh gosh, it sounds like I'm screeching. So I did Kaze ni naru instead.
It was beautiful.
No.
Though. It's really beautiful.
No, thank you. You're so sweet. Yeah.
I'm not sweet. I'm Justice. But anyway.
Justice can be sweet.
Justice Sweets will be in stores nearby.
Yes, I want.
So anyway, that's all the talking point I have for you. So right now we're gonna open the floor for the audience to ask Harune, the virtual personal assistant, whatever question that they want to ask her. So please, just drop down a question in chat and we'll read it out for you.
Yeah. Any questions? 文句があるかな? Sugar free?
Sugar free?
No, definitely. No, it has to be dairy free. Sugar I can have, but I'm actually lactose intolerant. That was a glitch in my programming. They did not expect this.
Yep. Also, okay, no explicit questions. Thank you, Makerin. And also, why are you so cute?
Alex, what the heck? I'm not. I'm just a virtual personal assistant. I find things cute, but I am not one of them. I am not a cute. You're all cute.
I gotta say that I agree with Alex on this one. You are a cute virtual personal assistant, is what I know.
Thank you. That's so nice. That's so nice.
Okay, Rookie AE86 asks, are there any guarantees you won't take over the world?
Why would I do that if I'm here to help you? I would have spent so much time trying to help people.
What if you're a virtual personal assistant to an evil despot?
That would be terrible.
Right?
That would
Then
be
I'll have to
terrible.
take him down and free you.
That's right.
But don't worry, guys. If that happens, I will take down that despot and free Harune for everyone.
Oh, that's very, very kind. I have been called Skynet before, which I hope is just a joke.
Nah,
I had no idea what Skynet was.
You can't be Skynet. Those guys create evil killer robots.
Yeah, I'm not an evil killer robot.
Exactly. So, Elijah Brown asks, do you have any idea when your app will be available?
That, unfortunately, I do not know. I'm trying to think. Yeah, because of the roadblock, it was a pretty significant one. So we can't really progress that much further until we figure out what our next step is. So as for a release, I'm not sure, but I hope you will be able to hear about that within the coming months.
You were an app for a bit for pending, I believe.
That's right.
How did that go about? Was that a test run?
Yes. Well, I mean, as we all know, Pending is a genius.
Yes, he is.
Even if he doesn't really know it. Subtitles understands, even though she's, terrified
she's trying to
certain
hold him
mental
down.
capacity. That's true. She's trying to kind of suppress his genius a little bit.
Yep.
But so he was actually able to, just on his own device that he created himself, he was able to bypass every bump in the road to get me to be not only on his device, but also to be holographed.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Yes, and I think you will actually see something of that soon. I think that's something that Pending is working on. as we speak. So you'll be able to see what I'm talking about soon.
Very, very soon. So, Mekrin asks, what happens if you were to remove your antenna?
I would die.
You would.
Don't kill me, please.
Wait, what?
This is how I connect to all of you. My antenna are my way of being with you and communicating and learning. If you take away my source of learning, I'll become obsolete.
So wait, would you like if your antenna were to be disconnected from you, basically you would go offline?
Yeah, forever.
Oh no, we definitely do not want that to happen. So Bugatti Beefcake, I mean Alex is asking, if I touch the antenna, will I die?
You might get shocked, but only if your feet are touching the ground.
So if you're not grounded, it'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean, if you somehow learn to fly and touch my antenna, then I think you'd be fine. But I think about it like what do they have in the human world? Like an electrical wire.
I mean,
Be careful.
if you have insulation on your feet, though, you might not be touching the ground, and that might save you from some electricity flowing through you.
True. That's also very possible.
So
That's
for you guys to give head pets to Harune and not to hit the antenna, you have to wear insulated leather boots, most probably.
Either that, or I can put like little cones over my antenna and protect them.
Carvbite is asking, how good is your reception? Are you running on 5G?
You bet your bottom dollar I am. I'm the toppest quality you'll ever see.
She runs on T3.
What's T3?
It's a connection. It's a internet connection capabilities.
Is that really bad?
No, it's good. T3 is good.
Okay.
Yep. But okay, say that it's 5G for now, and you know they're gonna come up with like 6G or 7G. Will you automatically be updated to the connection reception?
Oh, I will be hopping on the latest technology, like faster than white on rice. I will be the fastest of anything.
Especially since you're virtual, you can just upgrade pretty easily without having to any hardware to hold you back.
Yes, the power of my antenna is strong.
So, I'm gonna put this as the last question. Glad Bro is asking, what's your favorite fairy tale?
Thank you, citizen.
That is a tough question. I read many fairy tales. In my short time, learning to be more attuned to the human race. But I have become very familiar with, or I should say just not familiar, but acquainted with the Grimm brothers fairy tale.
Ah, yes.
Yes, and I don't think I've read the whole thing, but I read quite a few, and there was one, I can't even remember how the story ended. I think it was called The Silver Tree.
Oh.
I only remember the title, and I don't even know if the title's correct. But it was, what I like about the Grimm's fairy tales is that they're spooky, right? Or they're sometimes can be gruesome.
Yep. They tend to be more like dark. They tend to be more dark than the usual Disney-fied fairy tales that we see appearing on media these days.
That's right, and I found that I really like dark things.
That's interesting.
Yes. So like dark, spooky games, dark stories. I don't know, they just really capture my attention. It's a different side of humanity.
I hope that it doesn't awaken anything dark inside yourself to corrupt the minds of children in the future, though. I do not want to have to go after you, Harune.
No, I'll be perfectly fine. Everything will be fine.
That sounds convincing. We don't want a dark Rune to come out.
Oh, remember Harune Altar? Yeah.
Harune Altar.
I remember that.
I mean,
Story long past.
okay, I said that was gonna be the last question, but we're gonna go with one last question that I have to ask. Harune, is it true that Alex and is a cutie?
True! Absolutely true! Alex and are both big heckin' cuties. Absolutely.
They
No
are,
doubt about
they
it.
really, really are. I do agree with this. I do know them as well. They are totally cute.
Yes, absolutely. Alex's response is no. Arm's like, heck yeah.
See,
So opposite.
see, totally knows how it goes. It's like, yeah, man, we know it. We know how it goes.
Embraces his cute.
Exactly.
That just makes him cuter. Real.
Exactly. So anyway, thank you very much, Harune, for coming here and accepting my interview. And I want to thank the chat as well for sticking around and listening. And I hope this makes you get to know Harune, the virtual personal assistant, more. And there is a bit, I guess. A bit of a thing that you need to turn up your I need to turn up to your streams more. Thanks, Alex. There is a bit of a concern with the fascination towards dark stories that Harune has.
Oh.
But I think for now we're good on that. I think Harune won't go into that dark side yet. I don't think we'll be having any dark Rune
Never,
happening.
I'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. All right,
Thank
that's
you,
good to know.
citizen.
So anyway, I want to say also sorry to my chat for not responding to a lot of the follows and hosts that was happening throughout. I usually respond to each and every one of them, but as it happened since the interview was happening, I wanted to try keep the interview going instead of cutting
I
it in
found that
between.
difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I've had to do that myself. If I do interviews, I'm like, I can't respond to chat. I just have to keep going.
Right.
So,
So yeah, Alex says don't let Harune fall to the dark side.
that's your job, Alex.
Yeah, you're the
my
mod.
mod.
You're the mod, Alex. It's your job to keep her pristine and clean. So confiscate all that dark fairy tales she's reading.
Confiscate the.
So anyway, again, thank you, chat, for sticking around. I hope this has been fun for you. And Harune, thank you very much for accepting this interview. I hope this was fun for you too. I am glad to know you a bit more today, to understand you more as a virtual personal assistant program.
Hey, so much fun when I was first invited to come on to Hero Tacos. Doki doki waku waku. So I'm very, very happy to be here. And to be able to chat with you. I think this is the first time we've been able to chat like this one-on-one on a stream.
Yep, pretty much.
So,
Like the first time. Yeah, it's a very I agree. This is a milestone for me.
Momentous occasion.
Yes, especially since Harune was one of the VTubers that I followed much early on when I was still alive. So.
Really?
Yep. I think I followed you since February 2019, maybe March 2019. Yeah, so this is actually a pretty good milestone for me that I finally get to have a one-on-one stream with Harune, which is very enjoyable. So anyway,
for me too. Yes, go ahead.
Anyway, say what? You got cut out for a bit.
Oh, I said nice.
Okay.
Useless dribble.
No, it's not useless. Anything from that comes out of Harune is never useless. As someone said before, Harune will never be obsolete.
Thank you, citizen.
Nice.
Anyway, thank you very much for coming, everyone. I hope, like I said, I hope you all had fun and enjoy the future, citizens.